Welcome to this StudentTracker 3.0 Year 1 to Year 2 Retention and Persistence Outcomes tutorial. When you log into 3.0, you come to your homepage, landing page, dashboard, and you see these different outcomes. This session is about retention and persistence. We're now giving you outcomes for retention and persistence. Retention means the student returned to the same school in year 2 as they were enrolled in year 1, where persistence means they did return in year 2, but at a different institution. So this is on your home page showing you how that year 1 to year 2 performed. I'm going to click on this and go into page 2. This is where you can see a little bit more details on this particular class. This is for a class of 21-22, because this class year should have by now achieved 2 years of post-secondary education. This was refreshed in the morning. This is all real-time data as the date of this recording, November the 18th. So on this page, you see 2 tabs across the top: View Total Retained or Persisted, View Transfer Behavior. So we're looking at this one first. This should look familiar to what you just saw on the home page, a same visual, the same chart, showing you that in this example, the majority of your students, 70%, did return to the same institution in year 2. That's a great statistic. You probably all would be pleased to see that. You spend a lot of time counseling your students on helping them make the right choice. This is letting you see that 70% are going back to that same institution. And then you'll see the other purple colors here, how many of those did return, but at a different institution, a different 4-year or a different 2-year. And then this peachy color shows you how many in year 2 are no longer enrolled. Now on page 2, over here, when you click, you're able to choose a different high school cohort so you can see the outcome. Maybe you're eager to see how the class of 22-23 is doing. Remember, as of November 18th, the day I'm doing this tutorial, this class of 22-23 is just starting their year 2. So you'll get a chance to see early look, 72% returning to the same institution. 64 students at 21% are no longer enrolled. When you're looking at this, consider the date that you're looking at this outcome. It could be you're seeing more students no longer enrolled because we don't yet have sufficient post-secondary data. It could change in a few weeks when more data comes in. So come back and keep looking at this statistic to see if these numbers change. Also, we can break it down by some of these data. I am going to do a whole tutorial on using your filters, but I want to point out that you can use it. Let's use gender, and you'll be able to see the difference in the year 1 to year 2 based on gender. You could look at it through economic disadvantage. Those 2 data elements, gender and economic disadvantage, are 2 very important ones that folks are looking at post-COVID. Now I'm going to scroll back up and we're going to move over to this tab. Looking at that year 2 transfer behavior. This visual is starting with the population of students that already had enrollment in year 1. And these are students that did not return to the same institution. We're showing you a visual so you can see what type of institution they went to in year 2. This is what we call a Sankey chart. It is a different way to look at the outcome. Over here in year 1, you're seeing students that started at a 2-year public or a 4-year public, or down here it is 4-year private nonprofit. Again, these are in year 1. These are students who were identified as they did not return to the same institution in year 2. We're showing you where they went. You can see when you look at this, wow, this is a pretty big connecting line here. So it shows you that of this many students that started at a 4-year public, as I'm hovering over, you can see 7 went to a 2-year public in year 2. You can see this is the largest change from a 4-year public to a different 4-year public. This one might be of interest to you when you look at the student detail report to see where these students have gone. They started at one public 4-year institution and went to a different one. And then some that were at a 2-year public, you follow this line and you'll see they went to a 4-year public in year 2. We cannot tell you why. We cannot let you know if this has something to do with students' grades or late admission. We can only show you what the data is telling us. You might not like this visual. We are giving you the counts in a table down below so that you can see the breakout of where they went. Hopefully this is giving you some more intel in the transfer pattern from year 1 to year 2, just to see what students are doing. Hopefully this made sense for you. You'll find the enhancements of value. Please check for the other tutorials to learn more about StudentTracker 3.0. Thanks for watching.